I always have to push all the junk away. Me. And we are here today, and it is a gorgeous Saturday in Edmonton, Alberta. Thank you so much for joining me. I am, it's one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, and I want to thank all of you out there for being heroes and staying at home, staying safe, and we will get through this. So today we have a special guest joining us today, and I'm so excited that she's here today. She has no clue how much I love her, and I'm such a fan. In all these years I've known her, I haven't asked for an autograph, but maybe I should. Anyway, so please join me in welcoming our own Olympic medal champion and motivational coach. And I don't know how this woman does what she does, right? An amazing mom, businesswoman. I don't know how she keeps it together, but I'm telling you, I'm signing up for her motivational coaching. I think I already did. So please welcome Jamie Salé.
Oh, thank you, Sally. How are you?
We have a little surprise for you since you're such an amazing athlete, and I still admire those fantastic legs of yours. So have a look.
Oh!
Slow. Stop.
Oh my.
Oh! Ah! So you're not only an Olympic amazing skater, you're a fantastic golfer.
Oh yeah, I try really hard. Golf for me is like, because I spent my whole life being a perfectionist and it was all about precision. So I get very frustrated when I'm golfing if I'm not perfect at it. So I have to literally go out there with non-competitive people and just play for fun. Otherwise I get too serious and then it's not fun anymore. But
when it comes to golf, I know what that feels like. So
yeah. It's like everything I do, I better be good at, right? Like,
yeah.
It takes years of practice.
Oh, no kidding. No different than what you've been doing. So does it, for me, it was 18 years ago.
Yes.
Right? But it's yesterday. I think everybody's still not sure what happened on the planet, but it all goes fast. So tell us what you've been up to. Like when we say it that loud, that's crazy. But I know you're doing some amazing things, so I can't wait to hear.
Yeah, well, I've been finding myself quite busy actually, which is really great. I have become a motivational coach, and I absolutely love, since I was a little girl actually, I've always enjoyed helping people, whether it was having a conversation with another skater to get them kind of out of a slump, or if it was, I remember, supporting other moms who were struggling with certain things that they were going through. And just, I always loved giving back and helping people. And then of course, being a part of charities. And then about 3 years ago, I discovered that there's a meaning in this for me. There's a greater purpose of this. So then I sat on it for a while, and I wrote in my vision, help people. I didn't know what that looked like in a bigger scale. And 2 weeks later, I was at a vision workshop and I went, this is exactly what I want to do. I was just lit up like fireworks inside of my body. And so I went and I started somewhere. Like I always tell my clients, you got to start, from where you are with what you've got, and just start today. So I did. And I went and got certified to be a life coach from Life Mastery. And then recently, in the last 6 months, I've also partnered with an executive coaching company out of Calgary, which is awesome because I want to do a little bit of both. Yeah, I want to do the corporate athletes, and I want to work with individual people as well to help them with visioning. Because I will tell you, Sally, even myself, I have been there in the time where I was a stay-at-home mom, which was also a dream for me. When I was dreaming about having a family, I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom to take care of my kids. But then I started kind of getting a little bit pissy. Like I was getting irritated at things, and I was waking up feeling ungrateful. And I'm like, what is this? Like, notice what you're noticing. And I just wasn't doing something that I'm supposed to be doing. And then I realized I was just drifting around. And yes, I was a mom and I was working, like I was never bored. You're never just sitting around doing nothing. but there was something inside of me that needed to come out. And so I also hired a coach, and I said, like, let's figure this out. And it was that I was drifting around. I didn't have a vision of a life that I truly wanted to have. Like, I mean, I had greatness in my life over here,
Right.
but there's more for me. So what did that look like? And so once I started creating my vision, all of a sudden everything kind of started to come together again.
Right.
And that's what I'm noticing, right, with my clients, is that they feel so good and proud and accomplished when they start laying out exactly the things that they want in their life, not based on the conditions we're in or we have, but on what they would love. And so that just lights people up as soon as they realize that this vision completely puts you on a different vibration, right, of abundance and success and everything. And so when you start having a vision and you're making little goals and you just keep plugging away every day, you know, that's what's really important in life. And then that's when things start to happen, right? The universe, or however you want to see it. I believe in energy, and yeah, things just start to shift and start to happen when you put things in play, right?
You know, I myself, you know, when I look back, sometimes it's easy to, I mean, I know the value of a coach, trust me. Coach can be a coach or a mentor.
Yeah.
Often it can be everything, therapy, the whole thing.
Yes.
And you're right about being pulled in many different directions, and I can see that. You know, when you want to be a great mom, and that's a goal too, and great at your work, but you're right, you can find yourself being pulled in 50 different ways, right? And you know, I often I in my career has been long, but I too, you know, lately have been thinking it would be terrific to have a coach, because sometimes, you know, you're in here alone, right? And it really, I suppose, it sounds like you put a plan into place, right? There's a place for everything. So yeah, continue. Exciting.
You tell your clients, or my clients, that, you know, we all have thoughts, and those are wonderful. But as soon as you put them on a plan, on paper, it becomes a plan.
Right.
And then with that plan gives you direction. So it's really about, I always say, you know, a thought in your head or a dream in your head is just simply a dream. But when you put it on paper, it becomes a plan. That is your roadmap. Or you're in real estate, so you know all about building a house. You know that you need those plans to build a house.
True.
Same for our dream. And people don't realize the importance of that. And I always get, well, I don't have time, I don't have this. I go, well, that's the story that you're telling yourself. But this is really not about time, because if you really wanted to do something, you would find time for it. Just like people go, I don't have time to work out. Well, if you really wanted to work out, you would find that time. But, you know, you have lots of time to watch Netflix and get caught up on your TV shows, or you know, doing whatever during the day. So I think what I love about having a coach, even for me, is the accountability part of it. Is saying to somebody, you know what, you're doing great, you're doing the best you can with the awareness that you have right now, but let's take this a step further and go, are you really doing what you could be doing, right? Because you have a goal of accomplishing this over here, but it's like, I asked myself when I was skating, even today when I'm pushing myself right now to keep going as a coach, like when I was skating, I didn't show up to the rink 2 or 3 times a week. I showed up every day, 5-6 days a week, right?
I would think so. Yeah.
If you're trying to accomplish a big goal or a dream in business or just in life, you don't just show up twice a day. So when you get up in the morning, you look in the mirror and you go, how do I want to show up today? Right? And what does that look like? And sometimes, you know what, we have our rough days, especially today. We have days where we just don't have the energy. We're unmotivated, whatever it is, because I have those too. I'm human. We all do. But it's going, what can I do today? Just one step. Sometimes it's one step, sometimes it's 5, right? And some days you just feel like you can conquer the world, so you take advantage of that time. But other days it's like, oh my gosh, getting out of bed was a win. But hey, if that was how crappy you felt, and you got out of bed and you actually kept going through your day, then that's great.
You were a champion. True.
Yeah.
Right. But you're right. I think it's, you know, you have to have a plan, as you say, and a lot of us have time to regroup, rethink the plan,
Yeah.
And what I'm hearing you say, if you just get up every day and do one step, just one, it may not be, some days you do 10, but
Yeah.
not even when you don't feel like it, you know,
Yes.
right? You're going to get there.
Well, it's
Pretty profound. Yeah.
that's I go back to my skating all the time because I had the highest success that I could have in my sport. And so I go, what did I do? Because as a kid, I didn't think much of it. I just went and I did. And I didn't think about all the consequences necessarily when I was a child. Obviously, when I got older, I knew what outcomes were if I didn't do something. But, you know, I remind myself, like, you showed up every day, Jamie, and some days you were sore, stiff, tired, whatever it was, but you pushed through that day. And it was ugly some days. But what mattered was that I actually showed up that day, even with the condition I had. Okay. So even if I was a little bit sick, I had a cold. Okay, well, I've got a cold. I'm going to do what I can. And so that's what creates a champion. A champion, not just an athlete champion, but a champion is when you can actually have a condition, but you don't let the condition have you. And so you push through the day and you go, I'm going to do the best I can with what I've got. And that's what I focused on as an athlete. So then I take it into my life today. And I have a lot of fear, Sally, and I share this with my clients all the time about fear is going to be a constant companion. When you have goals and dreams, it's always there talking to you. So you need to let it be your friend. You say to fear, because that's just like, there's all kinds of signs of fear, even as simple as, Sally, do it later. You don't need to do that right now. Just do it later, right? We hear that a lot as women. I know I do. You know, even with procrastination, right? With cooking or getting anything done in the house or getting your certain paperwork done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it could be as simple as that, or it could be as strong as you don't have the credentials for that. Who are you to have this dream? It could be as strong as that or as little as just do it later. But when you hear that voice, you say to it, I hear you, but I'm doing it anyway because I am going after my dream. And so you have to learn to befriend your fear or that dialogue in your head and be aware of it, that that's what that is. It's just fear. It's feedback. Fear is awesome. That's actually telling you that you're on your going edge. Yes, you're going in the right direction. So look at it and go, yeah, great. I hear you. Thank you. But I'm going anyway.
And kudos if you're able to conquer that. So I think you mentioned the word to me, courage, right?
Courage is a big one. Courage means having fear and going and doing it anyway as well. So people go, well, how do you have the courage? I go, courage is just really is knowing and having belief or a faith in your dream and wanting it so bad that you're just going to talk, like I said to you just now, is talking to fear and going, I'm doing it anyway. It doesn't mean courageous people don't have fear, like, or they don't not have fear. They have a lot of fear, but they do it anyway. And that's the key. Like courage to go after something when everybody else didn't, people were pooping on you.
Yeah, they don't believe in you or they sabotage your along the way. I mean, I think along the way we've all run into those kind of roadblocks, right? Mm-hmm.
Oh,
one form or another. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I often tell my clients too, you know, I suggest or I recommend only sharing your dream with people who are like-minded, because if you share with a family member, it could even be a spouse. It could be anyone that you're close to that you want to just share stuff with, but they're going to sit there and go, well, how are you ever going to do that? Right? So right away you start questioning your dream. And I go, be careful who you share it with, because it's very special to you. And people, when I was a little girl, used to laugh at me and be like, oh yeah, keep dreaming, kid. Like little girl from Red Deer, you know, my parents were divorced when I was 10 and my mom we were single. She was a single parent paying for my skating, and she had suffered with depression. And so I had all these undesirable conditions, and people would sit there and go, well, as if you're going to go anywhere, kid. And
wow.
I kept telling them, I'm going there. I am going to be at the Olympics. I don't know. I had this, you know, you don't know you're going. I mean, I couldn't predict 20 years down the road, but I just knew that that's where I wanted to go. And that's all I kept saying.
Was that goal? Okay. When it comes to goals and dreams, right? And we're all been a little girl at some point or a little boy. Okay. So when you said to yourself when you were younger, did you commit that to your subconscious? I know you earlier said you're connected and enlightened and you believe in energy. I do too. So I think sometimes if it's connected to the core and that's your goal, despite what people said to you, did you keep that always on the forefront, like, or in your subconscious?
It would, well, and I don't even really know what it was. I mean, I'm sure if we talk to like someone like Brene Brown, who studied this forever, she would be like, I'll tell you what it was. But when people would say that to me, Sally, I literally would go, I'll show you. And I would say it out loud sometimes. I would say to them, well, watch me. Or you wait, you'll be seeing me on TV at the next, or like in Olympics when I'm older. I would always just speak very confidently because I felt like at the time that when, I don't know, I was clearly born with some kind of confidence inside of me too, right? To be able to have that sort of dialogue with people. The ability to say that. My kids even actually say that now. My daughter more than my son. She's very determined, and that's the word I wanted to use. When I was little, I was very determined. And my mom would say, whatever Jamie was doing, she was like, I'm going to be the best at this. And so I kind of had that. And some people maybe saw it as like arrogance or cocky, but I was 6, or 8. And I just really was like, I'm going to do something great. And I used to practice writing my signature on all my school books, binders, and papers, because I thought one day someone's going to want my autograph. Well, I've seen people get autographs, and I'm like, well, they're going to want my autograph.
That's cool. That's cool.
Right? Things like that. But I always wrote my goals down. Like always. I was always writing. And I never thought much of it back then. It was recommended to me by maybe some psychologists or some coaches or whatever. And I would write my goals down. I'd be like, put them away. But I wrote them down. And I mean, gosh, we could talk for hours about my ups and downs in my life, more downs than ups. But I just always had a strong conviction for really what I wanted to achieve. And I wanted to be a star. I just really wanted to be on stage. And so skating was my stage. When I was a little girl, I used to stand in my living room or dance in my living room, and I would pretend that I would put on Madonna or Whitney Houston or, oh my gosh, all kinds of, actually those were my 2 favorites. And I would play them on a tape recorder, and I would just practice lip syncing in my living room and dancing.
Why not?
Right? And so, but there's my stage as a little girl going, I want to be a star. So yeah,
every little girl is a princess, or at least they start out being by someone's princess. If you're lucky enough to have parents, right?
Yeah.
And and from there, I mean, if you have one parent that encourages you and supports you, that's cool. Despite the challenges, I mean, everyone along the road, this road, it's full of potholes, bumps, whatever, right? But you're right. What you're saying is you stay the course, but I think you had developed the ability to take a negative and crush it into positive, no matter what somebody said.
So I believe that was really something that my mom instilled in me as a little girl. As much as she suffered from depression, she was really good at encouraging me and always supporting my dream. And she knew that I wanted to be a champion. She knew, but she didn't know how it worked in skating. She just went along with how I was doing and what my coach said. But she knew I loved it, and she knew that was my outlet to escape even some of the bullying that I was getting at school and stuff. So for sure, she was very instrumental in instilling that belief in me, that I can do anything. And even when I would come back from a competition and I'd come 10th or 15th or whatever, I fell 5 times because, trust me, there had been many of those. Mm-hmm. And I was just so embarrassed, and I felt like, Mom, what happened? And she said, doesn't matter what happened. You don't want to look back and sit in that. It was all about, what did you learn from that? And she said, you're better than that even, right? Like, you had this moment, you're human, and you fell, and it was simple, right? It wasn't like she was giving me a talk that, that adults necessarily have. It was just like, Jamie, that's done now. What did you learn from it? And we'll move forward.
True.
And so I kept that along the way. And even on my darkest days,
Wow.
which I've had quite a few. I mean, I'm talking dark where I didn't even know how I was going to keep going. Somehow I pulled myself through it with that kind of thinking. And it wasn't easy. Like we tend to want to sit in the victimization state a little bit. Sometimes for me, it was too long, but you know what? If I could have done things better, I would have done things better. I just was doing the best I could with the awareness that I had at the time. But but I kept saying to myself, okay, what did I learn from this? Okay, what is this showing me? What is this telling me? What can I take from this? How can I make this better? Instead of going, oh, look what just happened to me. And I can't believe they put me fifth, or I can't believe that my marriage is over. I can't believe, instead of like, okay, you know what? Let's keep going. Where am I going now? What's next? What did I learn from that experience that I can now bring into this? When those things happen to you and you can see it that way, just like today, if we can take this experience we're all in right now and get the gift, there is something in this for all of us to get.
I agree.
And if you can do that, the outcome is significant growth, right? And it's incredible. It's like, it could be something that you never even expected. But as long as you have that mentality of, I'm going to see the good in this, I'm going to take the best out of this that I can, and I'm going to grow from this. And then I refuse to get through this experience without getting the gift. And we don't know what that is right now, right?
I like that. Yeah, it is a gift, actually, a gift and a blessing. We spoke before. And I think that we all needed to stop. and refocus and think, right? See, there are things that are far more powerful than us. We can't control everything, correct?
We can't control what's happening, but we can control how we handle this. Mm-hmm. And that's, again, going back to whatever you're doing, whether you're an athlete, you're a corporate athlete, you're a stay-at-home mom, or you're whatever you are, that's the important way to see this, is that there is always something to learn from this. And I know that it's uncomfortable, but that's part of the journey, is if everything was always comfortable, everybody would do everything, right? But it's the people who get through this well that are going to be the ones with the growth. And you're going to see those people because they're going to create businesses, they're going to be successful, they're going to be flourishing. People that are
I am hearing people thinking this is a chance for them to regroup, think of another career. No longer do you have to stay in doing something for 40 years that you're not passionate about. So, now is the time, right? So it's reaching in, correct? Yeah.
Correct.
Whoa, Charlie.
So now, to all your viewers, the question I would ask all of you right now would be, if you were to sit here and actually think about the four domains of your life. So you have health and wellness, career, or vocation, and you have relationships, and you have financial freedom. 4 areas of our lives. Those are 4 major domains that we experience results in, okay? And health, career, relationship, financial freedom. If you were to ask yourself right now, today, one simple question, what would I love? What would I love? Not what the economy say I can do, not what does my family think I can do, or not even what do I think I'm capable of.
Wow.
You sit back today, and I don't care if you're listening right now and you're 20 or you're 75. I don't care what age you are. I don't care where you're at. I just want you to ask yourself that question. What would I love? Like, absolutely love. Because even Tony Robbins talks about this. You need to be passionate and lit up with what you're doing, right? So if you asked yourself that, you would get a very different answer compared to what is
honest, right? You have to be honest. What would you love? Despite what's maybe a
get rid of all the conditions in our head. Yeah. Let them go.
Yeah.
And I gave you a magic wand, and you could create anything you wanted moving forward. Anything. Just have fun with this. Okay, this is an exercise I do at my workshops, but it's also the process of dream building. So people are going to go, well, I want $10 million, but that's not possible. I'm like, why not? I used to think that, there's no way I'm going to do this, or there's no way. And then I would say, yeah, I can. And I've accomplished a lot of that. And so but it's not even about, like, that was an example about money, but let's say with your career, you are just out of school and you like, I want to be a CEO of a company that you absolutely love. But you're like, oh God, that is like not reachable. Like that's not attainable. Don't think about that. If that's what you would love, write it down. Write it down.
Committed. I agree. I'm loving this. Write it down, because I still use a notepad because
I always do. I have my journal here too. I write everything. I write all my thoughts down. I write everything down that I write, because you're always going to think of different things. Sometimes you're on a path of what you thought you loved at that time, and then another door opens, and that's the beauty of life, right? And the universe taking care of you, and something shows up, and you're like, oh, that's where I want to go. It's never too late to come down and go back another road. It's never too late. No. So don't be afraid of that either. But again, if you only ask yourself, what would I absolutely love? And I will tell you, you'll even notice, Sally, that you'll limit yourself. But just think like you did. I always tell my clients, again, think like you did when you were a kid and nothing was impossible. Like nothing was unattainable, right? Go back to that thinking and go, you know what? I want a house in France. I want to travel 4 times a year. I want to have this kind of car. I want to have, and it's not being greedy. You're grateful for everything you have today, but what would you absolutely love? You don't know where that'll take you. Writing this stuff down is powerful. And then all of a sudden you get excited and you start going, Then things have shown up for me. I wrote a question down. I asked the universe something a long time ago. The next 2 days later, I was at the skating rink, and my answer showed up to me 2 days later. And so that was like the beginning of me taking off with my coaching career. I actually rewrote my vision last fall, and I wrote that I wanted to be speaking on international stages. 2 weeks later, and I'm not joking, this just happens, and it doesn't always happen in this way or fashion or whatever, but it's like 2 weeks later, within 4 days, I got 5 speaking engagements.
Wow.
And they were international, but it was a start, right? It was like, I just wrote my goals down like 2 weeks ago, and I'm looking at Craig going, wow. Like, yeah, it's so fun. And then of course fear starts talking, going, well, you're not ready. You can't do that. I'm like, man, I'm doing it. I'm scared to death, and I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Even if you have to speak here, right? Yeah. That's fantastic. So tell us about your motivational coaching. Now, I know that in the past you have been in a room full of 50 people. So have we given any thoughts to how we can coach in a group, or are we talking about how do we sign up for your coaching one-on-one?
Well, obviously on my website, I've got my email is there for people to email me if they wanted to work with me one-on-one. I've got wonderful programs too that I can put people in groups to lessen the cost, obviously, which is obviously, it's a thing today. And I think, I think it's really great time right now to be talking about visioning, and we can't be necessarily like, I know exactly where I'm going to be in 6 months from now, because we don't know when we're going to be able to leave our houses. But if my vision's long-term, my vision's like 5-10 years away, like it's long-term. Obviously it's important.
Yeah, I agree. You have to set goals. Yeah. Sometimes it's easy to go 1 month, 6 months, 5 years, 10 years, right? You need to, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we may be in increments of, right, and especially now with this COVID-19 pandemic, people are thinking maybe a day at a time. But
this won't be our only setback in the next 10 years, right? We're going to have other setbacks. And so again, what can we do while we're in this condition? Sure. And that's the most important thing. Some people are feeling sorry for themselves right now. And hey, I am not diminishing the fact that this is not fun and it's not comfortable, because I'm feeling it as well. But I refuse to sit every day and feel sorry for myself and complain about the things I don't have, because I have a lot of things to be grateful for right now.
Well, I would.
And you know what?
Yeah, a lot of us have a lot to be thankful for.
There's always somebody worse off, always. But
so
I do recognize, and I'm not saying that even people with financial stability, that they're just going through this like it's nothing. Everybody has feelings. Everybody is feeling this. It's uncomfortable to not be social even, right? And we're all incredibly busy. So we're allowed right now to sit back and breathe and do things that you wouldn't normally do. Find the good in this. Maybe you're creating a new hobby. You're maybe even going to create a new job or a business plan for yourself. Or you're going to discover a lot about yourself, which is also a gift, right? Hey, I know that I love this, or I know that I really don't like that. So I'm going to go this way. So
sure.
yeah, so coaching, I really love working one-on-one with people because I feel like that's when we can really tap into their personal desires and wants or longings, as we call them. And so that's where it's one-on-one is obviously more intimate that way too. And we share stories and things. And I'm quite vulnerable with my clients. I share a lot of my life stories that they really don't know because it's not something I've televised or put in a book or whatever. So I think that's what people like about me, working with me. But once I'm done this 4-week program that I've put on social media, the Standing Firm While Your World is Shaking, week 2 is coming up on Tuesday. I will be offering programming as well. So we're gonna get that going. I just wanted to start with something to give to people for free, to have a tool or 3 or 4 to get through this time.
So 4 weeks, totally complimentary coaching. So is it every Tuesday? Did you say?
Yeah, I posted on Tuesday, and then I'm posting again on this coming Tuesday. Will be week 2. And it's just a lesson. Each week we talk about something different. And it's really about standing firm in what we call a dark night. Today, or this time that we're living in, is what we call a dark night, is referred to as a dark night. Right. It's an uncomfortable time, a scary time, a sad time. So it can even be a time maybe when you've lost somebody in your life, somebody has betrayed you, you've got a diagnosis, any time in your life where you have struggled with not knowing how to get through it is basically what this time is. And so these tools are really just to help you change your thinking and move through this in a way that you can find the growth and the gift.
Cool.
Yeah, it's nice. You know what? And I teach a lesson just like we're talking right now, but it's just me to the camera. And then I leave people with some work to do. So they have some writing to do. It's minimal. And then, of course, I always review the week before, and then I start the new lesson.
So we can view this it's on your website, jamiesolé.com.
It's on Facebook. It's on my Facebook page. It is on, which is just Jamie Solé. Okay. Instagram is Jamie Solé Life Coach. And LinkedIn is Jamie Solé.
Facebook.
So yeah, all 3 platforms. And I will be putting all the program, once it's all complete, I'll be putting that on my website as well. Able to tap into.
LinkedIn, I think I'm spelling it right. LinkedIn, maybe not. Oh, hang on. I love LinkedIn. Yeah, close enough, I think. Okay, so if they just type in Jamie Solé in any of those social media platforms, they're going to find you. That's amazing. That's great, generous. 4 weeks of complimentary coaching. So,
well, Sally, you step back today and you go, how can I help? Like, I just want to help. I see all these people helping and giving workouts for free and doing all this wonderful stuff. And I'm like, well, give your time, give your talent, give your money, give whatever you can, but give today, right? Just show the love. And so I thought, I've got this awesome program on learning how to stand firm when things are really shaking below you. And so for me, it was a no-brainer. I'm like, I'm doing this. Let's go.
Well, Jamie, that's conquering fear and having courage. So those are terrific, terrific words. Wow, unbelievable. So one last question about your motivational coaching. So, for example, do you work around a client's schedule? Can you tell us, is it once a week, or do you tailor make it to the client's needs?
Well, it depends on how many clients I've got at a time, because typically what'll happen is I end up giving that person that wants to work with me, I give them some options of time, because obviously for me, I have a plan of how many hours a week I also want to be working, because I want to spend my other hours creating content and working on workshops and doing other stuff for my business. So it's more about me giving them the options. And then we talk a week on the phone for, depending on the lesson, but it's usually 30 to 45 minutes. Okay. And depending on the program, I've got a 12-week program and I have a 24-week program. Okay. I have people that have done both. I have people that have done both and continued on just with like individual like calls, maybe once or twice a month. I can really create anything for anybody. It's what they want. And some people don't necessarily want to go through a program. They're doing well, but they want accountability. So they want me to make a phone call to say, hey, what's your step today? Or did you get that you were getting this done last week? How did it work out for you, right? So it's just accountability. And then the other thing I also want to share with everybody is that I've had so much fun being asked to do little workshops for businesses. And so one of the, like I've done one for my girlfriend who owns a Pilates studio in Calgary, and she organized it, and I show up and I just presented a fun workshop. So it was a night out with all these wonderful people who were dream building. And then I did one for women in dentistry, and that was so much fun. And so I've done a lot of that kind of stuff where it's different. It's not like Jamie Soleil is coming to tell her story. It's like, hey, I tell my story, weave it throughout the workshop. It's about an hour and a half to 2 hours. But we do some dream building because I know all about this and I am passionate about other people doing it. So those events are also really fun. So I'm putting that out there too, that when we get things going, I would love to come out and do some more of that kind of stuff. I really enjoy that.
Well, I think all of that's possible as we move forward out of this, because, so for example, I mean, the room holds 50 people. Maybe it's better, more effective, 25 social distancing, right? You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have to figure out ways to move forward. We can't all stay, separate. A lot of people are separated from their families right now too, right? I saw your video. I on the end of the driveway. How hard is that? Not to, and for kids, depending on their age, right? Little kids will go running out to their grandparents. How crazy, right? So,
do you know what's impressive though, as you're saying all this, I'm sitting here thinking how creative people have got through this. Like, I'm really proud to see that. Yes, I applaud people that, like, did you ever think that you'd be doing this?
No, I never thought I had the time. See?
Right.
And,
but
you know what? I mean, one-on-one, I'm cool, but this is, this is a whole different thing. And because you're,
you have to do this, and you put yourself out there to get on here every single day. That's a commitment, and that takes courage. So people are discovering really cool things about themselves, and they're also discovering new ways of communicating with people. And I'll tell you, another thing I'm really proud of is that people are also calling, FaceTiming, and reaching out more than they ever have. We've all gotten really good at texting and communicating by text. Now it's like, hey, I want to see someone's face because I can't see people in person as much anymore, right? So there's some really cool things about this.
I always say, pick up the phone. You're so right. I mean, texting, when it originally came out, want to know who taught me? And when I discovered texting was the early days of Alice Hemsky and the kids, right? All about hockey, of course. Yes. Craig, the whole thing. Yeah. And I would try to call these kids and they wouldn't answer. And then, one day one of them said, don't you SMS? But you know what they call it? And of course, that's what it's called. Don't you SMS? And I'm going, SMS? Oh. Right? But they knew how to do it on that flip phone. And I'm looking at this. But, I fixed them really good. I discovered the BlackBerry, so I could do this with it. But but it was short message system, right? But now, I prefer, as you say, people are calling, and it's so good to hear people's voices. But,
it really is. And then people are connecting with people that they haven't in a long time. They're checking in on the elderly more than they used to. People are just doing some really incredible things, and I see a lot of kindness and thoughtfulness. And like, I just even want to share that when I put up my post last week for the course, there was an option on Facebook to put in a donation page.
Right.
And I thought, I was nervous at the beginning because I was like, oh, what is this? Like, is this going to be some scam? But then I thought, I'll just try it and we'll see where this goes. Well, I picked the Edmonton Food Bank because I know that that's going to be a pretty needy organization coming up, right? There's people that need food on their tables or already do. So I felt like I'm going to just put that out there. And within 2 days, I was at $1,300. And my jaw dropped. I just thought, I thought I might get $400. I had no expectation of really a number, but I'm like, oh, I'll get a couple $100 maybe, you know, it'd be good. And we'll just donate. Cause I personally, Craig and I donated already, but I thought any way I can, let's see if we can just get $25 or $20 or whatever. $1,300 or $1,500 it's at today.
Isn't that great? That buys a lot of food, right? And I think I noticed that too. Did you not mention that they're waiving the fees as well, and all the money is going directly to the charity? Yeah, yes. I was always concerned about it, right? You see it all the time, donate. And I did try to do it on one post, but then all of a sudden it was added to a different post. So I think with yours, your photo is there. I think that makes a difference too. So I'm going to try it again. You know, it is a little complicated. You put your credit card. Everybody's a little nervous about that.
Yeah, I was too. And I think this looks pretty darn good. And like I said, it's not a huge ask, but it's like I said, $10, $20, like whatever you can give today. When I go to the grocery store, I'm always pressing on the option on the screen when I do my self checkout, like $1, $2, like every single time I go, just stuff like that. That goes a long way if we all thought about doing that a little more often, right? So
it definitely adds up. Many years ago,
everybody goes to Starbucks and gets a $6 coffee. You can put $1 in, right, to help support somebody that needs food.
True.
That's what I always say. Or we drink our wine, or we go out for dinner. Like, it's even if you put in $5 a month, like, think about it in perspective to how we spend money, right? Just the general.
I'm so thrilled, and you and I can probably talk forever. And one other question: I know that you have a busy schedule, and the weather's great, and it is a good time if you get out, ride a bike, people, right, or just stand in the sun. It's so warm. Is there another book in the Is there another?
I haven't read a book yet. I'm in the process right now of. I'm creating what I want this book to be about, because I don't want a book about the tell-all and my life, my whole life story, but what I do want to share with people, because of what I do today as a coach, is I want to share the struggles and how I overcame those struggles, the adversity, and how I persevered through those times. And I think, to me, that's more of a teachable book versus like a more of reading like a soap opera, like, oh wow, that she did that, and oh holy wow, more about the teaching aspect of it, of the struggling, and how I was just like everybody else out there, but I didn't quit. No. And how I had struggles, and I had dark days, and I had really crappy times, but I didn't quit. We talk about all these really big celebrities that we know: Oprah Winfrey, Walt Disney, Steven Spielberg, Beyonce, like, you name them. They all had massive struggle on their way up to success.
Absolutely.
And I'm talking, most of it, we'd sit back and go, holy, I can't believe they pushed through that. Mm-hmm. But they had what I had as a kid, and that was a desire to accomplish something bigger. Or something big for them. They saw themselves being somewhere, and they said, I am deciding for this dream, and I'm going to do it.
Dream.
So when you decide, I always say, dream big, people. You just never know. And so the thing that people ask me is, what's the difference, Jamie? Like, it's so hard. Like, what's the difference between someone like you and someone like me that I'm working towards it, but I've never gotten there yet. And I said, not quitting. I wasn't more talented than the next skater. I was the one that didn't quit. I probably worked harder than a lot of them too, because I was that determined. I call it the fire in the belly. but I didn't quit. I wasn't the most talented figure skater in the world. I didn't quit.
And those are amazing words. Don't quit. Get up.
Keep going.
Right? Skaters know that. You fall, you get up. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And you know what?
Before, yeah.
Fear and failure are prerequisites for achieving great dreams. You have to have them to get to the top. You have to fail, and you have to have fear. They're gonna happen. They're gonna be there. So embrace them and know that that's part of the journey to success. True. Fear and failure are prerequisites for achieving great dreams. I'm living it again.
Wow. These are, this has been, I can't believe the time. Holy cow. And I promise not to keep you too long, but and like I said, we could talk for hours. But these are terrific words, right? Dream big, write down your plans, right? Have a goal and do something easy towards it every day, no matter what it is. As you said, even if you get up, just getting up, right?
Yeah.
I've been hearing from a lot of people on a one-on-one, and I know this has been a hard time for a lot of folks, but you're correct. You have to take stock and be grateful for what we do have, because if I said the other day, if you didn't sleep on the street last night because you wanted to, or you're not hungry, do you see what I'm saying? We do have people like that at the moment, and we're trying our best, like you say, donating to the food bank and stuff. But for the majority, we had food and shelter last night. Majority.
We did. So. We did. And we're also not living in fear, right? Like, we also have to keep things in perspective. My father-in-law saw his dad go to war. Wow. And we were living with pandemics back then as well. And, he's 85. And so we don't know what that feels like, seeing our parents go to war. Like, I don't. And my kids don't. The older generation could have potentially have seen their parents also go to war, so they can speak to this. But my father-in-law was talking today, and I'm like, I can't even imagine. And not seeing my dad for so long, and not like, I can FaceTime with my dad today, and my dad's fine. He's healthy and he's good. Yeah, he's uncomfortable being at home and locked up, but like, he's okay. And so, yes, we have food and we have shelter. And I would say, everybody, wake up every day and use your little journal. I've been doing it regularly. I write down my gratitudes. I am so happy, or I'm so grateful today for what? And it can be for that beautiful cup of coffee you're drinking. Mm-hmm. It can be that the sun came up today, because it's been gray for all of us in Edmonton lately. Mm-hmm. You can celebrate whatever, but as soon as we think and talk about what we're grateful for, which is the good that we have, it makes you feel different. It changes your state. It sort of puts a smile on your face. Then you go, okay, I'm coming from gratitude today. I'm not coming from what I don't have and what I'm missing, and I can't get my nails done, and my hair, my roots are growing in. I've got lots of silver coming in. My wisdom highlights, I call them. Yeah, okay. So you know what? Embrace it and just be like,
embrace it. Or we're allowed to go to a drugstore or a food store, and I think they have the most incredible products. So try that. Why not? May not have the perfect whatever, but who cares?
Find the good.
It's not relevant, and I think that's what you're trying to tell us, right? But it's
find the good in all of it, and anything that you're doing, find the good in it. Look for it. Yeah.
Jamie Soleil, this has been so wonderful. Gosh, I come back, and I'm, watching what you're doing. You're going, little live things on LinkedIn and Facebook, and I'm just so proud of you, and proud. I've always said Alberta has yielded some pretty amazing people.
Yeah.
But the gift is never giving up, and believe in your dreams. It's so true.
Yeah.
It's so very true. But I'm so glad that you were able to, back when you were a little girl, even the naysayers, you just dismissed them, right?
Yeah. Well, you're going to have naysayers in anything you do. Yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to your coaching. I will log on and take advantage. I think I registered already. Thank you. And then we'll have to talk about it because even, after all these years being, everyone could use a coach, Jamie, right?
Yeah. Oh, I have a coach mentor. So just so everybody understands that this is, you don't even need to register, Sally. So you probably just saw it and logged into it, but you don't even need to sign up for it. This is just on my social media pages for people to follow if they would love. And I suggest, I encourage people to take advantage of this. There's so many incredible things out there. And if it resonates with you, great. Even if you get one little nugget from it, that's all that matters, right? Just
fantastic. Well, we want to surprise you before you leave us and say goodbye. I want everybody to see this because it's fantastic. Okay.
Okay.
Hopefully, okay. Let's cue that up. Yay. We're sharing the screen. 1 second. There we go.
Oh gosh. Woo! Battle of the Blades, the first year. This was a fun week for me because this was Latin week.
I love it.
And they said they always asked all of the skaters and the hockey players, anybody have any Latin background? And I said, I do. And everyone went, you do not, you're full of it. Said, no, I have a Spanish, my last name was Celez, and it was Spanish. And so, yeah. So I was the only person that had some kind of background. Look at Craig.
Oh, wait. Let's see some more. I was paying more attention to this red outfit. Oh, look at Craig.
Craig. Wow.
Hi. Hello.
I know. I had never shown my belly as an amateur skater, ever.
Right. It's fantastic.
Ah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I won't be doing that again. 2 kids later.
Oh, no. You have to. Yeah. I don't know if you know the background of my cultural heritage. My mom's Hindu, right?
Yeah.
So, we grew up, everybody showed their navel and their belly from the time they lived.
Yeah. And, there's so many things in our culture that are funny here that being forbidden, and it's what other places.
Look at this! Wow! Hot!
Yeah.
There's Patrick Chen.
Oh, thank you for showing that, Sally, and thanks so much for having me on. This was wonderful.
Thank you so much for being here today and for imparting your journey and your wisdom. We look forward to the next 4 weeks, just logging on and enjoying, your motivational coaching, and stay safe, and God bless you and your family, and we will move forward. Jamie Salé, we love you.
Stronger for it. Thanks.
No kidding. And you know what? I want to share this with you. Can you see this? Hold on. Albert Einstein.
Yes. Lies opportunity.
Opportunity. Love this guy. Thank you so much for being with us today. And we'll see you again soon. God bless you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. And that was Jamie Salé. Wow. And I'm so blessed, right? We had her longer than we thought today. And of course, today, Saturday, is a virtual open house day. And standing by patiently is an associate of mine from Century 21, Ron Schuster. So Ron is giving us an in-person virtual tour today of 1414 Thorogood Lane. So let's go live to Ron Schuster. Ron, are you there, buddy? I think he's there. Hello, Ronnie.
I'm here.
Yeah, hey, thanks for standing by. Wow. We're excited to see this beautiful house today. Take your time.
Yes,
take your time.
Yeah, you know what, Sally? Listening to listen to the to that young lady is just an incredible person. Yeah. I've known Jamie for years as well, but more importantly is she said something that was really important, and we're going to talk about that right now. She said everybody can dream and everybody can have what they want to show the people an incredible house right now, okay? You got this beautiful home listed out here at 1414 Thurgood Close. And I just want to walk into this house. And if you don't mind, we'll do that right now. Are you ready for me, Sally?
Oh my gosh, Ron, impressive. The grass is green. What's going on over there? I love
Can you believe they cut it already? They already cut the grass. I can't believe. No, it's artificial. Maintenance-free yard, Sally. Great roof line in this house. Unbelievable.
Oh, beautiful.
Let's walk into the front here. We'll just see. I left the door.
Grass. Was that artificial grass?
Yeah, you know what, Sally? It was. You see that? Isn't that nice? And all maintenance-free. The whole yard is maintenance-free. A few little shrubberies here. Nice rock in the garden in the front. Really nicely done up.
Well,
nice corrugated.
I do that, Ron, right? Yeah. So this yard allows you to do more golfing. We are in, this is Terwilliger Gardens, right? A beautiful community just off of 23rd Avenue in the Southwest. It's easy for shopping, close to Windermere Shops, the theater, everything, but also close to a lot of really nice golf courses. So for those of you who enjoy golfing, what you do, the app, if we get back to golfing, okay, sorry, soon we will, it'll become essential. Then, of course, you can enjoy the maintenance free of this yard. Nobody has to yell at you to mow. So, whoa, take us in here. I can't wait for you to show it to me live. Come on.
You know what, Sally? Just an incredible home. A nice, beautiful hardwood. Wait till you see this kitchen. We'll get into that kitchen and we'll go right into this little great room right off the bat. Nice, beautiful fireplace, a lot of surround speakers, big back windows, and a gorgeous backyard. But this kitchen, Sally, it's to die for. Tell me about it, Sally.
I know the current owner. She's a pretty amazing chef, and her husband is as well. So I think they really did enjoy this kitchen, Ron. Lots of cabinets, I see. Oh, look at this. It's got a gas. That's a gas range for sure.
Oh, just tons and just a beautifully laid out. And I tell you, nice big dining area. Imagine, Sally, you can have all of your family here as well. What do you got, 35 in your family?
The extended family is pretty big, Ron.
No problem at all. You betcha.
Yeah, I'm
just going to go back to the backyard here because I'm here now. So I'm just going to go. Yeah, I'm just going to show you this backyard. It's incredible. Maintenance free as well, Sally. And I think the people would really like it. Nice patio. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Just gorgeous.
And look at that sun. So you can
already pan around over here.
You can see that summer's around.
Yeah, we're going to walk into the master bedroom now, Sally. Now, you want to talk about a master bedroom. You might as well have a dance hall here. I'll tell you, beautiful master bedroom. And this two-sided fireplace really looks great at it. So here we go. Just look at the size of this puppy. Yes. Wow. Isn't that wonderful, Sally?
Big. It looks like room for a massive king-size suite. Wow.
Oh, well, you can put two king sizes in here if you want. And you know what? And there's your two-sided fireplace coming into the back. You can really enjoy it with nice TV. And this ensuite is something to behold. His and her sink, Sally. Look at this. Just look at this.
Nicely
Isn't that just gorgeous?
Beautiful vessel sinks. Yes.
Look at the next
quarter spa tub. Very lovely.
Yeah.
And look at the glass block. I'm a big fan of the glass block over the window, the tub area.
Yeah.
Diffuses lots of natural light. Beautiful. But I think those are the acrylic ones, right?
That's right. You betcha. You're right. And then you got a big, big two-piece shower, two-person shower. Just really, really wonderful. And what a shower mechanism in here, this place. Just take a look at that.
Yeah.
See that? Isn't that nice?
Being as big as it is, you can conserve water. Yay.
Yes.
Good.
And a massive walk-in closet. Look at this closet. It goes back so far, Sally. Look way back.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Moses. Anyways, beautiful. Then you walk. Yeah, and then I'll just make a quick scoot over to the second bedroom over here. A little smaller, but like nice and cozy little bedroom. And, just nice for...
Well, it's an unusual bungalow design, having two bedrooms on the main floor. And this particular bungalow also has a beautiful loft And of course, on my website, we have lots of photographs, still photographs, and a virtual tour of this property. So, yeah,
this is a circular staircase, Sally. That's just well done, right up to the top to a big loft. I'll try to pan up there. I'm not going to walk up these stairs because I got a bit of a gimpy leg today, but beautiful loft there, and this, like I say, this circular staircase going down right to the main floor, just incredible. I'm going to go down to the basement. I got to show you this basement. This basement will just blow you away, Sally. I'll tell you.
Thank you, Ron.
Yeah. And down here, you're going to find something that, every family loves, and that's called a theater room. And this place has got an immaculate theater room, nicely set up. And I was just thinking, Sally, as I was listening to Jamie, people could have sat in this theater room and watched you and her on that big TV down here and had some popcorn and really enjoyed that show. That was a great show. Good job, Sally. Here's
and this is a beautiful basement. This is, and basements are such an integral part of these gorgeous bungalows, right? So lots of additional space here for sure.
And here's the third bedroom downstairs. I want to show you this nice bedroom down here, real nice sized bedroom. You come out to it, and there's another one over to behind me as well. A nice big 4-piece bath down here. Big rumpus room. Look at that pool table. And there's a plane that landed here, Sally. Can you see that plane landed here today? There we are. Nice big, just well thought out. Big storage area in the back. But I got to show you this.
You have to show me that fantastic media room.
Yeah. Look at this, Sally.
Wow.
Isn't this gorgeous? I think I'm going to stay here and see if I can get. Yeah, I'm going to stay here for a while and see if I can get that show you just had on this big screen TV. Look at that.
Well, right about now, that's a great place to be isolated.
Oh, I'll tell you, especially now, what we're under the circumstances we're in. Great house, great location, nicely done up. Thanks, Sally. Take care. Okay.
That's wonderful. Are you going to go back upstairs? Are you okay? Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to wander upstairs. Anything else you want to see? Yeah.
No, it's beautiful. It's a custom-built bungalow. It's was built, I think, about 15, 16 years ago, Ron. But it's immaculate.
Yep.
They've maintained it. The family that owns this home at the moment has, I think, lived here for about 10 years. It served them very, very well. It has a beautiful oversized, it's a deeper garage, Ron. I don't know if you had a chance to take a look, but
yeah, I sure did.
And the loft provides them with additional space.
Yeah. There's the mudroom from the garage.
Perfect. Yeah.
And of course, the main room, the main thing down here as well is if I open up this door, guess what we got? Main floor laundry.
I know. Beautiful. And those appliances look all pretty well state of the art, up to date. And what I've noticed,
brand new stuff.
Yeah. Customized doors and hardware, the big baseboards, right? The gleaming granite, the beautiful
look at that.
Boards. Yeah. Nicely done, nicely organized.
That's the boot rack, Sally. Look at that boot rack.
Oh, I got it.
I just show you this garage.
Gonna show me the garage? Okay.
It's nice. Yeah, take a look at this big door.
Oh my God.
Attached.
It's meticulous. Look at this. Look at all the storage cupboards. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a nice.
I'll tell you, Sally.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Sally, like Jamie said, those who can dream will have this house because, boy, it's a beautiful home for someone that wants it.
It's true. Very true. I like her. Dream big. Dream big. You need the space, right? There's no reason why you can't make this dream a reality today, correct?
That's right.
And for a custom bungalow in that beautiful neighborhood, right? The price of $79 is very reasonable. I can tell people that, they need to. In this particular home, we have COVID protocol in place, so you can get a physical, by appointment look into the space. And this home is ready for immediate occupancy. The weather is changing. I can see lots of wonderful times in the backyard. If you visit our website, you'll see some beautiful summer photos of the backyard as well. So I want to thank you all for joining us today for this live virtual tour of 1414 Thurgood Lane in Terwilliger Gardens in the Southwest. And Ron, you did an amazing job, buddy. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this virtual In the Space tour. And we'll talk to you soon. Okay? All right. God bless you. Bye.
Sure. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
So that was Ron, and he was on location at 1414 Thurgood Lane. And that is a property that's new to the market. And as you can see, it's turnkey. It was a custom-built bungalow with a fully finished basement, lots of bedrooms, and beautiful loft. So if working at home is in your purview, it works for sure. Nice street, beautiful homes in the neighborhood. Terwilliger Gardens is one of the Southwest most desirable communities to live in. It's mature now, and it's just off of 23rd Avenue and Rabbit Hill Road, right on the corner, and it's close to absolutely all the amenities you could ever want. Thank you for visiting us today, and we were so thrilled to have Jamie Soleil inspiring us to move on, dream big. And I actually love that question. What would I love today? Wow, big question, right? So be honest. So stay safe. God bless you. And enjoy this weekend. It's going to be beautiful. It's not as warm as next weekend, but it's the start. So let's start some spring cleaning. And God bless you. And we will see you live Monday, when our guest on Monday is a very serious subject, right? We're going to be discussing, right, the trucking industry, right? Our lifeline. Think about that. Our lifeline, right? The supply chain. Right now, the most integral part of our lives are these truck drivers and all of these long haul. Without them, there'd be no food in the stores or anything like this. But you know, there's an interesting component that a lot of people out there are not addressing and thinking about these drivers, the trucks, the product that they're shipping. So we look forward to having Jerry Seaman, whose background, and he's been in the trucking industry and the business for many, many years. And Jerry will be with us live Monday, 1 o'clock. Thank you for being with us. And we did go a little past our 1 hour, but it was worth every second. Thank you for being here with me. And I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Tomorrow is Family Day. Enjoy Sunday. I will be, not totally present, but you'll be able to see virtual tours of many beautiful homes that we are privileged to represent. So have a look, and we'll see you on Monday. God bless you. Bye for now. There.